Hey, so I wanted to record this video for you because I know it's been a while since you've heard from me. If you are not a customer or a client of mine in any of my programs or services, you may be wondering, James, what the heck is going on? Why haven't I heard from you in a long time? Why haven't you sent any emails to your email list? Why haven't you posted on this YouTube channel for a while, even though you recorded a video saying that more videos are coming soon? And yes, you did post a few more videos, but you didn't continue that, right? It just disappeared again, right? So what's going on? Now, I'm going to share this stuff with you, which is of a personal nature, in the style that we're chatting in a coffee shop. There is no value here. There is no tutorial I'm going to give you. There's no kind of specific insight as to what you should do moving forward. It's really just about what's been happening in my life. Maybe you can learn from it, and also what's been happening in the world, which has affected me as well, which hopefully you may feel the same way, and you can kind of empathize with that as well. So really, it all started in the middle of June last year in 2024 when I had the most excruciating migraine, which I've never experienced in my life before. It felt like what I could only describe as what I imagine a brain aneurysm to feel like. It was so painful. I was at the gym at the time and I just went straight home, which is unusual for me. Usually I'm like, okay, I'll fight through it. Like, just whatever it is, I'll fight through it, right? That's just what you have to be like as an entrepreneur. You're persevering through everything that happens to you, but this was just unreal. And I went straight to the ER and they ran a bunch of tests, and in the waiting room I was just sitting there like head in my hands, they were testing me for a stroke and things like that. Fortunately, it wasn't a stroke. They did a bunch of other tests and scans, injected me with a bunch of dyes, things like that, to try and figure out what it was. It turns out they couldn't find anything wrong, which was in some ways great, but in some ways not so great because I didn't really know how to fix it moving forward, They gave me some pills for, headache pain, things like that. And over time they recommended, do some massages, things like that on the shoulders. Tension headaches can be caused by that kind of stuff, tense muscles. So basically they said, take it easy, which was in some ways, not very good advice because life happens, right? I have a business to run. I have family commitments and friends commitments, things like that, right? So that was not great. And since then, things have gotten a lot better. I've been having less headaches, less migraines, but they do still happen. Usually, every week or two, which is not great when it just takes over your entire day. I can't see because of the visual disturbances of the migraine. I'll get all the lights, things like that, which makes it very difficult to work on a laptop when you need to see what you're doing, right? So I've been focusing on that and it's really improved over time, but of course it is still annoying and still a hindrance to me doing what I want to do. Now, shortly after this, I recorded a whole bunch of brand new professional videos for you coming your way in the next few months. I'm not going to share any details about that new program, but it is going to be incredible and will change this industry for the better. But that took me about a month or maybe a month and a half to finish up, just recording. I still haven't edited it yet, still need to add a bunch of things in as well, but that took up a lot of my time. And after this, I thought, you know what, I have earned a long period of time off over the holidays. So coming up towards Christmas, I had 3 weeks off, 3 weeks off of my, helping our clients and things like that. I told everyone, you know what, my team is going to take it from here and you can still get the results, but I'm going to be taking a back seat in the next 3 months while I enjoy time with my family, friends, things like that, just to wind down over the holidays. And it was incredible. I love it. And during the holidays, I was thinking of the best ways to help brand new entrepreneurs to kickstart their online venture in 2025. What videos can I create? What tutorials can I create? What resources can I create and send it to my email subscribers to really kickstart 2025 for a lot of new entrepreneurs? In fact, I had this huge list of things I was going to do for you, this huge battle plan of things I was going to give you in the first half of this month. But then it seems like the world just went to shit. In fact, there has been so much proverbial stuff hitting the fan in just the first 2 weeks of this year that I've had to make a list just to keep track of everything and make sure that I don't forget anything. Okay, so the first thing is that I got sick on the day I was due to return to the office on January 2nd and have been sick ever since, which sucks. It means I can't work at my full capacity. I've had brain fog and just low energy, and my throat has been hurting as well, which means I haven't been able to record content. In fact, this is the first piece of content I've recorded since the new year, which has totally put a spanner in the works of that big battle plan of recording and sending all that stuff over to you, which sucks. The next thing is the LA fires. Now, to me personally, it does not sit well with me promoting new stuff when people are losing their livelihoods and their homes and their valuables and having a generally bad time, to say the very least. I don't feel comfortable and ethically moral promoting stuff when everyone is struggling, not to mention, other catastrophes around the world like, Gaza, things like that. I feel maybe it's in my head, but I just feel weird about promoting stuff during those times. The next thing is the TikTok ban. Now that to me has just been a bit of a point of sadness, because I'm not sure if you do the same thing or if you even use TikTok, but for me personally, throughout the day when I'm just, having breaks from work, things like that, I'll go on TikTok just quickly and send some videos to my spouse, and we watch these before bed, and it's kind of a nice time to laugh before going to sleep at night, right? That's something we've not been able to do moving forward because it's not going to be around. Maybe they're going to save it, maybe they're not. Personally, I so hope to God that they do save it, because it's just a point where it breaks up the day, and it's like a nice way to wind down at the end of the day, right? Also, from a business perspective, it doesn't really impact us that much because we weren't really that active on TikTok, but from a personal perspective, it impacts us a lot more. There's also all of the stuff about the drones and the orbs over most of the US and the talk of aliens. It's like, what kind of society are we living in where the government doesn't even tell us what's going on with these drones? And, they're just kind of ignoring us, that we're asking for answers and they're just ignoring us what these drones even were. And now everyone's forgotten about it. And it's like, what the heck is this, right? So that has just been emotionally draining as well. Not to mention my best friend, which is also our tech guy, had a close family bereavement overseas. So it's not just a simple thing where they can just have a funeral and, sort out the affairs. It's a whole different thing about, importing the family member back to their home country as well, which is just a big mess. And of course, with him being our tech guy, it's delayed a bunch of stuff internally, but also, in our different services as well, which has not made things easy for us because we've had to find replacements and things like that. Also, my wife's parents getting their visa denied, so they can't visit us. We were really hoping they could visit us at Christmas this year. They live in Mexico because my wife is Mexican, and they weren't able to visit us at Christmas. So that, again, has been emotionally draining. Again, this is all in the first 2 weeks or, roughly before Christmas as well. Drama in my wife's family. I won't go into the specifics, but that has made her mental health go downhill a little bit, so I've had to support my wife through that as well. One of my friends has lost her business overnight, which has not been a great thing, again supporting her as well, and a whole lot more. And we are only 2 weeks into the new year. Do you think, maybe you go through a similar thing, or maybe you don't have as many things, but do you think that would affect you if you were going through all that stuff at the same time? I think it would affect anybody. Now, while all of this stuff has been happening, I obviously have not had as much time as I would have liked to work on my online venture and move forward with new stuff, including all the stuff that I promised you earlier in this video as well. In fact, the only amount of time I've had is just a couple of hours per day to focus on our coaching clients and also our clients inside of our Ultimate Done For You service, because understandably, building a brand new business from scratch for somebody else and making their first 100k net profit is not easy, right? It's something which takes a lot of work, and I've had to prioritize that to make sure everyone gets what they've been promised. And then any leftover time I've had to work on my online venture has been dedicated to working on that top secret project I told you about earlier in this video. Now, with all that said, I am feeling a little bit better in myself today, and my throat is still hurting. I can feel it giving out already after just one video, which is very unusual for me because I can record for like 8 hours straight, but I will be recording new content coming your way over the next few weeks. I'll trickle it through as soon as I'm able, as soon as I can physically get in front of the camera and talk long enough to record a video and then have the time to edit it and get it out to you and things like that after helping my clients, things like that. But I'm going to do my best with the time and energy I have. So if you do want to see anything specific, let me know in the comments below. I will be coming out with a video which is going to be reviewing last year's predictions of the new year, so seeing if I was right or wrong. And then also another video about the predictions for this year. How do I think things are going to go this year? So if that's something you want to see, go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to make sure you get notified of that new video. And of course, like this video to wish me well moving forward for this year and to wish yourself well as well, right? We all want a great year this year. So go ahead and do those things, and I'll see you in the next video. See you there.